Some breaking San Francisco 49ers news as the Niners have a new kicker after this Eddie Piñeiro injury. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report. My name is Chase Sr. This is why you subscribe to the channel, because kickers are people too. And anytime there's breaking Niners news, I have you covered. So lock us in, hit that sub button. We just surpassed 180,000 subscribers right here on the program. So the 49ers this week worked out several kickers in the aftermath of Eddie Piñeiro suffering that grade 1 hamstring strain during Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals. An unfortunate loss for San Francisco because Piñeiro had gone a perfect 22 for 22 on his field goal attempts since replacing Jake Moody back in week 2 when Piñeiro started his Niners career on the road against the New Orleans Saints. And not only was he clutch, not only was he perfect on kicks of 50 plus, and some of his kicks a high degree of difficulty, he brought a level of fire, swagger, confidence to this Niners special teams unit. There were times where he would drill some big-time kicks and he would talk some smack to the opposition. That happened at the end of the first half when Calais Campbell had that penalty, which turned that long field goal into a shorter one for Piñeiro. He drilled that kick, and he got in the face of Calais Campbell, who's like 6'8", 330 pounds. At one point, the officiating crew had to hold Piñeiro back because he was so amped up after making that kick. And so, grade 1 hamstring strain. Hopefully he can come back soon, because the Niners' newest option, not the greatest option, but there was a reason why he was available. So the Niners today are signing kicker Matt Gay. And they worked out several kickers all throughout this week. Tanner Brown, Anders Carlson, who kicked for this team a couple of years ago, Matt Gay, John Parker Romo, Cade York. They settle on Gay. And Gay this season was kicking for the Washington Commanders. He went 13 of 19 with Washington. He was only 4 of 9 on kicks of 50-plus yards. And a funny story here, guess who the Commanders replaced Gay with at kicker? Former Niner third-round pick, Jake Moody, who San Francisco moved off of after week 1. The Commanders poached Jake Moody, who Adam Peters is now the general manager of the Commanders, used to be with this Niners front office, off that Bears practice squad. So with Gay, he's connected on 84% of his field goal attempts throughout his career. In his last 2 years, he has kicked for the Colts, he has kicked for the Commanders. He has gone 44 of 56 on his field goals. I think what the Niners like here, that maybe he doesn't have accuracy from distance kicks and long kicks, but he's been money on his extra points. He is a perfect 55 of 55 on his extra points. I mean, it was getting so bad for Jake Moody where he couldn't even connect on some extra points. So at the very least here, you're hoping Piñeiro isn't out that long, even though a hamstring for a kicker, that can be a problem. In the meantime, maybe you go for it more instead of kicking some of these 50-plus yard field goals. And at the very least, you know that on extra points, you're not going to lose out on that crucial point. Some important information here on some of Gay's misses. All of his misses the last 2 years, except for one, are from 50-plus yards. So inside 50, he's been pretty damn good. And so you look at some of his numbers here. He was a 5th-round pick by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 2019 NFL Draft. Played his college football at Utah. 6 foot 232. So pretty big dude. With Tampa Bay in year 1, after he was a 5th-round pick, he went 27 of 35, 43 of 48 on extra points, 5 of 8 on kicks of 50-plus yards. Gets let go after only 1 year with the Bucs, after they took him in that 5th round. He was with the Rams for a few years. So 14 of 16 with the Rams in 2020 in 7 games. 1 of 1 on kicks of 50-plus. 2021, he won a Super Bowl with the Rams. So he's kicked in some big games. 32 of 34 that year, 4 of 5 on kicks of 50-plus yards. 7 of 8 that year on kicks of 40 to 49 yards. He was at the Rams also in 2022, and he was 28 of 30. So 2 really good years with the Rams. and he was very accurate with his extra points. 48 of 49 in 2021, 31 of 32 in 2022. And then he gets let go after the 2022 season. And he goes to the Indianapolis Colts. With the Colts in 2023, 33 of 41, 8 of 13 on kicks of 50-plus yards. So he's really started to lose it on some of these long kicks of 50 or more the last few years. Last year with the Colts, he was 31 of 37, 3 of 9 from deep. And then this year, 13 of 19, 4 of 9 from 50-plus, but 5 of 5 from 40 to 49, 2 of 3 from 30 to 39, and then 2 of 2 on kicks of 20 to 29 yards. So there's certainly been some good for him, especially with the Rams. He's gone 100% on his extra points 3 years in his career, including the last 2 years, and then back in 2020 with the Rams. He was a Pro Bowler back in 2021 with the Rams. But with kicking, sometimes you get mentally fickle, you lose your confidence, and that can really impact you as a kicker, just like it can as a golfer. With Eddie Pinheiro, he had been amazing for this 49ers team. And especially with what the Niners dealt with Jake Moody, they desperately needed that. I mean, some of these special teams nightmares were keeping Kyle Shanahan up at night. I mean, he couldn't believe. You saw it on the sideline when they did the solo shot on Shanahan after some of these Moody misses. He's like, are you kidding me? He missed again. He missed an extra point. He's missing chip shots at this point. I mean, Jake Moody didn't even have confidence that he was going to connect on these kicks. So for the Niners to have Eddie Pinheiro come in for how bad Moody was the last 2 years and drill kick after kick after kick, he became a weapon and a luxury for this Niners team. But San Francisco's so injured all the time that even kickers are getting hurt. So Matt Gay to the 49ers. We'll see how long he ends up being with this team and how long Eddie Pinheiro is out. Sometimes these hamstring injuries, they can last a little while. The Niners also made another roster move today. They added Stone Blanton to the practice squad. They are very banged up at the linebacker position. Tatum Bethune has that high ankle sprain, and so he's going to miss some time as well. Curtis Robinson going to step up at middle linebacker for him. I think we're going to see more of Nick Martin. Obviously, Luke Gifford going to continue to see the field. Dean Winters can fly around. He gives you some physicality and velocity as far as how he moves at that linebacker spot. And Stone Blanton, who the Niners gave decent coin to as a UDFA in the aftermath of the 2025 draft, was with the Niners prior to the year throughout the preseason, didn't make the initial 53, and he's kind of been back on the practice squad, off the practice squad, now back on the practice squad. The Niners like him as a developmental backer, and he hasn't gone anywhere else except for San Francisco. And so that gives you another young developmental player at that linebacker spot. It gives you more depth at the linebacker position. He can play some special teams. He doesn't have the best range. He's not the craziest athlete. But the Niners have been able to make it work with linebackers who aren't the best athletes, who are smart, cerebral. Johnny Holland has done a great job developing some linebackers on this team over time, and San Francisco has done a terrific job as an organization of finding and developing some players at that position. So those are the roster moves for today. Niners signing a kicker in Matt Gay. Stone Blanton back to the practice squad. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We'll be live tomorrow afternoon on the 49ers Report. That's why you hit that sub button, but also hit that bell icon. Turn on your notifications. Therefore, anytime I publish a video like this, anytime we do go live for a live show or a watch party, you'll get that push notification.